Hi, Panda friends. It's Mrs. Stewart, and this week in science, we are going to be learning all about plants that we can eat. And we're also going to identify some plants that we should not eat. So, plants we can eat and plants we shouldn't eat. So, what we're going to do is we're first going to start with looking at some pictures of plants we eat and plants we don't eat. And then after that, we're going to talk a little bit more about the plants that we do eat and find the different parts of those plants. So when I look at a plant, if I go outside, I might not eat the whole entire plant. There might only be one part that I should eat. So we're going to learn about that as well. Okay, friends, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my pictures with you, and we are going to go through the different types of plants that we eat. So first, we're going to start with some carrots. Carrots are awesome, and I know a lot of my panda friends like to have some carrots with their lunches. And then beets. Has anybody ever had a beet? I didn't have one until I was a little bit older. My mommy and daddy love beets. Next is spinach. Now, spinach, you could have it warm, or you could also put it in a salad. A turnip. Has anybody ever eaten a turnip? I don't think I ever have. I'd be really excited to hear if any of you guys have. Let me know. Cauliflower, that's one of my favorite vegetables to eat. Asparagus, artichokes, celery. Has anybody ever had ants on a log? That's celery with some peanut butter and raisins. Delicious. Peas, broccoli, eggplant, cucumbers, tomatoes, pumpkins, radishes. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Corn. Now, these are some plants that we don't eat. Trees. Now, do we eat trees? What do you think? No, we do not eat trees. Now, we might eat some fruit that grows from trees, right? Have you ever had an apple before? Apples grow on trees. You maybe go to the orchard and pick some apples down. I like to do that. A shrub, I have a couple of those in my front and backyard, but I don't go out there and eat them. Grass. Now here's the silly one. My doggie likes to eat the grass. But is that something she should eat? No, yuck. Flowers. Now, this past week was Mother's Day. Maybe you gave your mommy some flowers. Or maybe you're planting flowers with the weather getting a little nicer, but you don't eat them. Let's see some more plants that we don't eat. Ivy. Now you can find ivy growing on a lot of old buildings. Maybe you have it at your house. A cactus. That's pretty cool, but you don't eat it. Moss and bamboo. Last but certainly not least, bamboo for all my pandas. Now, do we as humans eat bamboo? No, we don't. So those are just a few things that we can eat and a few things that we shouldn't eat. Now, something that's cool is that plants can have fruits and vegetables. That's pretty awesome. Now, if anybody was at Show and Tell, you might have seen, this was a couple weeks ago, you might have seen that Miss H is growing cucumbers at her house. Now she's growing them and they started from tiny, tiny seeds, turned into sprouts, they're getting bigger. And she said that she needs to find a new pot and some support so that they can grow. That's pretty cool. And once they're grown all the way, she'll have cucumbers like we saw in some of our pictures, so she can eat them. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to learn about the different parts of those fruits and vegetables, those plants that you can eat. Okay, so we learned about different plants that you can eat, but now let's go through and look at these different parts. So what we're going to do is I'll scroll up to the top. Now the first section that I see here are the seeds. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger just so you guys can see just the seeds. Now, seeds, corn. You are eating the seed. That's pretty cool. Has anybody ever had popcorn? You can make popcorn out of corn. Holy cow. You have peas, sunflower seeds. Now, we talked about this in our last lesson, how a sunflower grows, right? Now, a sunflower grows from a sunflower seed, and green beans. So part of the plant that you can eat is called the seed. Okay, it's your turn. Ready? Part of the plant you can eat is called the seed. Very good. Now, next we're going to look at fruit. So we just talked about how you might be able to eat some fruit from a tree, right? Let's see. I see some apples, oranges, strawberries, and bananas. I know a lot of my panda friends like fruit. Mrs. Stewart loves fruit. I could eat fruit all day. Do I have it at my house all the time? No. But do I love it? Yes. Apples are delicious, oranges, strawberries, and bananas. So you can eat the seed and the fruit. Very nice, friends. Next, we're going to look at the leaf. Now, when I first think of a leaf, I think of a leaf growing from a tree. Now, on that tree, you might not eat that. So if I went outside right now and I took a little leaf from my tree, should I probably eat it? Probably not. But these are some leaves that you can eat. Lettuce. We talked about that a little. Well, we actually talked about spinach earlier, but lettuce, you can put that in a salad. It's pretty yummy. What about spinach? We talked about that earlier. You can have it warm, you can have it cold, you could maybe even put it on pizza. Yummy, spinach. Next, we have Brussels sprouts. Do any of my pandas like Brussels sprouts? When I was younger, they were not my favorite, but guess what? They are my favorite vegetable. I love them. Brussels sprouts and broccoli. Yum, yum, yum. Cabbage. That's another leaf that you can eat. So that's part of the plant that you can eat. So we've got seeds, flowers, and leaves. Let's see what's next. Next, I have roots. Now that's interesting because when I think about roots and just a regular flower like we were talking about last week and the week before, those don't look really yummy to eat, do they? No. But did you know that carrots, onions, radishes, and potatoes are roots that you can eat? So you can find those in the ground. That's pretty cool. Do you guys like any of those? Carrots, onions, radishes, and potatoes? Well, here's a fun fact. If you like French fries, then you're eating potatoes. Did you know that? That is crazy. French fries are made out of potatoes. Now, the next we are going to talk about is the stem. So some plants have stems that you can eat, and those include celery, yummy, asparagus, also one of my favorites, leeks, and green onions. Delicious. Now that's cool because all of those are green. That's pretty cool. Now leeks, one thing, just a little quick story, is my mommy loves to make potato leek soup. So when she makes it, she's using the stem for the leeks, and then she also uses roots from the potatoes, those potatoes. So she's using different parts of different vegetables and plants, right? Okay. Next we have is the flower. Now, we talked a little bit earlier in our last pictures that you shouldn't go and eat your flowers that maybe you got for Mother's Day. But there are some flowers that you can eat. Broccoli, cauliflower, and artichokes. Now, a lot of time people might eat artichokes in like a dip, but that means that they've used the artichoke, that vegetable, and that plant and put it into a dip. But broccoli, yummy. So this top part, that's the flower, and so is the cauliflower. Now here's a fun hint for cauliflower. At the end of the word cauliflower is cauliflower. So you're eating the flower. That's just a fun little way to remember. That's how I like to remember it. So we've got flowers, stems, leaves, roots, fruit, and seeds. That's crazy town. So we've learned all about these plant cycles. We've learned about how plants grow and change. And there are so many plants in this world. Now, the big thing that we need to remember this week is that there are plants that you should eat. So those are good, thumbs up plants. Now there are plants that you should not eat. Those are thumbs down plants. Very good. And all of those plants have different parts that you can eat. So maybe some plants have a part that you shouldn't eat, but another part that you do eat. Maybe, right? You've got those apple trees. Now, should you eat the tree? But you've got the apple, which is a yummy fruit that you can eat, right? That helps you grow strong. Trust me, I ate a lot of apples when I was younger. You should eat some. You should eat any of these. All of these fruits and vegetables and different things that you can eat are really good for you. And it's pretty cool because they come from plants, which is what we've been learning about. Okay, friends, that's all we have for this week. Now, I have a challenge for you, and I think you can do it. I think you can do it. I believe in you. I would love for you to try a fruit or a vegetable. Can you do it? Now, here's an extra thing if you want to be extra awesome. Try a fruit or vegetable that you've never eaten before. Could you do that? I think you can. Are you up for the challenge? Awesome. Okay. I miss you guys so, so much. Have fun eating those different plants, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.